This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Close-up. I'm your host, Sharen Skelly, and today's guest is Michelle Fleming. And Michelle is the Community Development and Engagement Coordinator for the Alzheimer's Society of Grey Bruce. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Sharon. It's so nice to be here. I really appreciate you having me aboard today.
Well, I'm glad you came to talk to our guests, our viewers. You're the guest. Mm-hmm. It's unusual weather. About 2 weeks ago, we had all this snow and now it's melting and they're saying it's going to flood. So we're all a bit confused here today.
It sure has been crazy.
So you are the Community Development and Engagement Coordinator. Can you tell us what that really means? What's your role at the Alzheimer's Society?
Well, what I do here is I work with our donors, I work with our volunteers, I work with the community, I do events. So when there's fundraising events happening, I am in the background making those work, and along with a huge team of volunteers and staff that help and whatnot. So we do a couple of events throughout the year, and then we have other programs that are kind of rolling out and campaigns that roll out through the year. So it kind of touches on a lot of different areas.
Oh, okay. So the Alzheimer's Society of Grey Bruce, just to start, it covers both Grey Bruce and Owen Sound.
Yes, that's right.
It says Alzheimer's Society, but really you are a resource for people with Alzheimer's and several kinds of dementia. It's not just for people that have Alzheimer's.
That's correct.
And so they're caregivers.
Yes, that's right. So we do service clients that are suffering with some type of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. And then, of course, we help families. We have over 1,000 families across Grey Bruce that we are helping that are living with dementia. So that includes their care partners as well.
Right. So how does you have a website, you have a Facebook page. Do you have Instagram and Twitter, both?
We have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and then, of course, our website.
Okay. How do people access your services? How do they, if someone's interested in perhaps they go on your website and they see, I'm interested in that. How do they access some of your programs?
So depending on which program that they want to be involved with, we have education. We have a public educator. Her name is Sandra Hong, and people can either call into the office or they can connect online. We have Learn from Your Living Room series, education hours that Sandra does for the community. And people can get registered. You do not need to have a diagnosis to participate in some of her education. It is really for anybody that wants to maybe learn, maybe a healthcare professional, maybe a family member that's looking to assist their loved one through their journey. So you can get connected without being diagnosed and without a referral from a doctor. People just need to call in. We do encourage people to reach out to us very early in their journey so that they can get connected and learn about the resources that are available to them. So that would cover our education portion. And then in order to access some of our other services, they do need to be a registered client.
A registered client. Like, now what does that mean?
So that would be somebody that's connected with us, who's reached out. We've done an intake form with, and then we can help connect those individuals to different, maybe further education, some of our recreation programs like our Minds in Motion or our active living. To get, we have other resources such as activity kits that we can send out to families to have different activities, cognitive activities and that kind of thing. And then also we have other resources like a robotic pet, cats and dogs that take on a role of a companion.
I've never heard of that. A robotic.
Oh, they are wonderful. They're very interactive. They're very participative with the client, and we have some very well-loved pets.
Wow, that is something I have never heard of. So, is your office here in On Sound?
Our office is located at 753 2nd Avenue East here in Owen Sound. And so we are the only office in Grey Bruce.
Oh.
And but we do offer services all across both regions.
Okay. So when you were saying, you could do these kits and activities and that sort of thing, do you have to have a doctor's referral for that?
No. No, people just need to get connected with the society. And once you're a client, you have can access, of course, different programs, kind of work best for different stages of the disease. So basically, if people can reach out, then we have counselors that can help connect you to the resources that are best going to be accessed for that individual.
So who does the intake then?
We have a coordinator here that does the intake, and then those clients are connected with one of our support counselors.
Oh, okay. I see. Now, you said you do fundraisers.
Yes.
How is the Alzheimer's Society funded?
We are funded partially through the government, but then we have to go out and do fundraising for the balance of that. We do, like many other agencies, but we do fundraisers. We do a large walk in May for the Walk for Alzheimer's. That's our largest fundraiser. We do coffee breaks throughout the year. We have a lot of really wonderful supporters in the community that donate to on an annual basis. We have a monthly giving program where people can get connected and be an ongoing supporter on a monthly basis. Our website has a donate button if anybody wants to donate to the Alzheimer's Society. And then we have our newest event that's going to be happening at the end of this month called Soups On. And it is a soup competition. We have 12 vendors from local restaurants that are going to be providing soup, and the community can come in. It's family friendly. We're going to have some entertainment. We'll have a silent auction that we're going to be running online first. It'll actually run online for 10 days, but then we're going to actually have all of the items at Soups On as well. The vendors themselves, the soup vendors, will prepare the soup and serve that out to the public for them to be able to do taste. They can purchase tasting tickets, and they'll be able to vote on their favorite soup for a choice of.
So how much are the tickets?
The tickets will be six tasting tickets for $20. And they'll have a booklet of tickets. And with each book of tickets, they'll have a voting stub to drop into for a ballot to vote on your People's Choice Award.
So do you have any idea who any of the entry or whoever's providing the soup, do you have any idea who they are?
Oh, absolutely. We have a really nice lineup of vendors. We have Brigitte's Bakery here in town. We have Bishop's Landing, which is the restaurant at the Best Western. We have Boone Bakery. We have Creative Choices Catering, the European Bakery, the Harrison Park Inn Restaurant. We have Fired Up Grilled in Action, the food truck. We have Pappy's Eatery and Lounge, Savageries, Sheer Downs in Meaford, and Walker's Catering.
They're all good.
Yes, yes, I'm excited.
I mean, how do you decide? I mean, they're all good.
I know, it's going to be great.
And I'm hungry now. They really are. I mean, I haven't eaten them all, but I love soup. So that's what I usually have when I go to a restaurant. And I have had quite a few of those. And
oh, wonderful.
So I think it would be worth it to buy the tickets and go and sample the soup. And I mean, who doesn't want soup in January?
That's right. It's a great time of the year to have a warm up to a nice bowl of soup.
And support the Alzheimer's Society. I mean,
that's right.
I'm sure most people know someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia, or has a friend that knows someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yes.
You know, someone very close to me has dementia, and it's hard to describe. They're in front of you, and yet they're not. You know, they're not the person that you once knew, and it's really hard to be a caregiver for someone like that. But you do, and you still love them. But it's just so hard.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So,
every journey is a little different.
Yeah, and it is, because some people are irritable and some are moody and some just forget. Some are really pleasant, some are combative, and then of course Alzheimer's, they forget, beginning they just are forgetful, then the journey goes down to they forget basic skills like the activities of daily living. So it's just all very different. But this will help raise money for the Alzheimer's Society, so you can continue to provide resources to caregivers, to the clients that have this
right. Yes. And we decided to do the Soupsod in January because it is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and so we're really trying to bring a lot of awareness to the disease, and to let people know that we're here to help, and we have a lot of resources to offer. And so hopefully that will assist and just to encourage people to get connected with us.
Mm-hmm. Does any of this money go to research?
Typically, the Canadian, partially, is a small part does, yes. Most of what the Alzheimer's Canada does a lot of research. So yes, a partial. The regional, like at this level, we are here to offer more services and support as opposed to more research. But there is a portion that does go to research, yes.
Because that is important too.
Absolutely.
Because we need to know why do we get it? Is there anything we can do to prevent it? Of course, it's early onset Alzheimer's, which is very hard to watch. So all of that is important, even though we need to provide services, we do need to continue to do research.
Yes.
Now, do you need volunteers at the Alzheimer's Society?
Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up. We always need volunteers. We have a number of different programs and services and ways to get involved. We have we have volunteers that help with our minds and motion and our active living. But we
What are they? Minds in Motion and
so Minds in Motion and active living are we've moved to an in-person model now. So we go to the different communities across the regions, and we do 4 areas per session. It's an 8-week session where a client and their care partner can attend. There is a social time, there is a recreation time with some exercise, and there is a craft or an activity component to the program. It's really great. It gets people out, it gets people connected to other people again. And to be able to share those experiences. So we do require volunteers for all of those programs. We also have an in-home recreation program that we do require volunteers for, and that is offering a friendly phone call once a week for approximately 15 minutes to however long your discussion goes on with your client. And excuse me. And that's a wonderful experience. I have volunteers that have been, we started this just during COVID, just to kind of keep in touch with people and to offer, that connection where you can't be connected in person. And I have one volunteer who loves her weekly phone calls, and so does her client, and they have developed such a nice friendship. And so that's been really lovely. We also really need volunteers for Soups On. So if anybody is interested in coming out for a fun afternoon and helping out, we'll please feel free to reach out to me. I think you'll have my contact information to share at the end of the segment, but you can also go through our website as well to volunteer.
So those are all things that people can volunteer. And if they want to do that, I've looked at your website, you just go and there's a form that you can off and fill out, and then I guess just email it in or mail it, whichever you want to do.
That's right. Email or drop it off or mail it in. If they are looking to volunteer for an event, there is very minimal information that I would require beyond that form. It's basic, event volunteers it's a little, it's so easy to come out and volunteer, and but we'll be looking for volunteers for the Soups On, but also for the walk in May as well.
And coffee breaks, do they need volunteers for that?
Yeah, of course. Coffee breaks are really volunteer run. So coffee breaks are such a wonderful connected. It's basically bring some friends together. A lot of church groups will do a coffee break right after a service. And they just share some stories, share some information. They talk and they share a cup of coffee, and there'll be a donation jar out that will go towards the Alzheimer's Society.
Oh, right. And or you could have a group of friends over and have coffee and muffins or whatever, and then just
absolutely.
Great idea. That's
absolutely. We also have the coffee break is just one kind of way that you can connect with one another as a group of friends. Or there's other people that have ridden a bike. They've done a bike trip, or they've done a hiking trip, or they've done different things, a car wash, or we have a lot of different ideas online. It's called Anything for Alzheimer's. And we have some great ideas online, a bake sale or whatnot. I have a couple of groups that have done bake sales with their coffee break.
Well, that's really terrific. Or you could have a birthday and say, don't bring me gifts, just
Yes.
I like that idea. And especially if you have someone in your group has someone with Alzheimer's,
Yes.
Or dementia. It means something.
Yes, it's very meaningful.
Yeah, it is. I love those ideas.
Thank you.
Oh, that really is great. So I would suggest to our viewers, if anyone is interested in any of those ideas, just go to the website and download a form or contact you by email and just go from there. But as for now, what's it,
Soup's on.
okay, is on January the 28th
8th
at
at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bayshore Arena, at the Bayshore Community Center. And we'll have entertainment. We have a children's area with a clown, Petunia the clown, and she's going to be there doing some balloon twisting for the kids. We'll have a coloring contest and some other things. We also have had some local potters that have made us tasting bowls and have donated them to the Alzheimer's Society, and they will be available for sale the day of the event.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Now the clown, the kids will love it, but I have a friend, Denis Langlaw.
Okay.
Sometimes he hates clowns, so he'll avoid the clowns. He may go to the tasting though.
We'll have to have him at the soup area and in the silent auction. Keep him busy.
Clowns. So as far as donating money, how could people donate? You said there's a click on
Yes, there's a donate button on our website. Every page has a donate button.
Oh, you covered it there. You've got one on the page.
There's also anybody, if they wanted to come into the office to bring a check or pay by credit card, check, cash, debit card, we take it all.
You've covered everything.
We've tried to think of it all.
Yeah. A Bitcoin, I think that's going out of the way of the dodo bird.
That's a little out of our realm right now.
It's not really going to go very far. If you click the donate button, you can do it by e-transfer, right?
Actually, if you click on our website, it's only by credit card.
Oh, okay.
But if you are clicking on our website, you can also make a donation in memory of somebody that maybe was special to you. Yeah.
That's great. Okay. So the programs that you have are for clients. Do you have any programs for caregivers?
We have not recreation programs, but we do have support groups.
Oh.
And we have education groups for care partners. Care partners to learn more about what the journey may look like, to be able to offer support. And then, of course, we have support groups facilitated by one of our social workers that those are available right now by Zoom.
By Zoom. And how would you access those programs? You have to have a doctor's note, or can you refer yourself?
Again, you can just refer yourself and get connected with the society, and then all of the resources are available at, as long as we have space in those specific programs, then yes, it's something that we can work with our clients. And when I say clients, it could be a care partner too.
Right. Okay. I have one other question about volunteering. Do you have to have a police vulnerable sector check to be a volunteer?
Not to be an event volunteer. An event volunteer really, they do not need to have a vulnerable sector check. With any of the programs that we offer, we do require a police check to be done, and we do offer some education as well, some dementia education, which we feel is important. It's important for for the volunteers, and it's a really great learning learning experience.
Well, I think that if you're going to be, working with people that have dementia of any kind, you need, like, there's a certain approach you need to take.
Of
And
course.
not everyone has those skills. So you need to sort of give them the advice on how to do that and how
That's
to,
right.
yeah, there's a certain approach you need to take.
That's right.
The fundraiser that you talked about, the walk, is in
Mhm.
May. When do you put the information for that up?
We will probably be putting that out in the next month.
Yeah.
We like to get, so it's going to be taking place on the last Saturday of May and the 27th of May. And that will be in 4 different locations. So it will be here in Owen Sound. We'll run one in Hanover. We'll have a walk in Thornbury, and we'll have one back at Saugeen Shores at the Southampton Ferry Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the one here is at Harrison Park, I think it starts.
The pavilion at, oh my goodness, on Inglis Falls Road.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And how, like, is it a designated length, or you just like go as far as you can and get
both? Well, actually, all 4 locations. The trail is about 1 kilometer. So no, because we have a lot of people that come with their families.
Oh, right.
So it's very family oriented. We have clients and care partners and members from the community, and it's a really lovely day.
And so what you do is you get sponsors, right? Is that what you do? You get sponsors for the
Yes.
and then, or a team or
Yes.
whatever, and then okay. So
Yes.
you'll be posting about that, and you'll need sponsors for that. So you've got the soups on, then the walk, and coffee breaks in between.
Right.
Now, the coffee breaks can be anytime.
Coffee breaks can be anytime. A lot of organizations and companies that do the coffee break, they kind of focus it around, we kind of send out that information for World Alzheimer Awareness Day. That's September 21st. And so that typically happens in the fall. But of course, we have, it doesn't always work. That time doesn't always work for some companies or some organizations. So we do have smatterings of coffee breaks. Yeah.
Whenever you want.
That's right. And we also have, just to mention, we have a socket to dementia.
Oh, right. You have the socks.
Yes. So we have 12 different vendors this year that are selling the socks in their stores and establishments.
Right.
And they're all over Grey Roofs.
Yeah. Well, Michelle, half hour's up.
Oh my goodness.
I told you it was fast. Thank you for joining us here on Rogers TV on Community Close-Up. And if people want to find out information about anything we've talked about, volunteering, donating, going to any of these events, they just go to your website. And if they want to donate money, just click that button. And join us again here on Rogers TV. COVID isn't over. Wash your hands, get a vaccination, wear a mask, social distance if you have to. And join us again here on Rogers TV. Thank you once again, Michelle, for being here. And
call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
It's so exciting to be The Bachelor. It feels like a dream.
Mondays on City TV.
Sparks are literally flying.
I'm here to find my best friend and spend the rest of my life with someone that loves me and